Our next speaker, I have to tell you before I introduce our next speaker, last week there's one day I couldn't even go to work because I was having some muscle issues, and I was talking to a chiropractor, and he said, he's trying to explain something to me and just told me, technically he's going to get into some technical things I might not know, like, sacroiliac, and I was like, oh, I know sacroiliac, and the only reason I know that, the only reason, true story, is because of this next speaker. Only reason. He is a motivational speaker, and of course, we know him as a Canadian hip-hop superstar, a legend, one of Canada's most successful hip-hop artists. Of course, he's won 2 Juno Awards as well. His albums have reached gold and platinum status, of course, and his signature song, of course, what is it? First Canadian hip-hop song to ever go gold. So you can catch him on Mr. D right now. He is still pumping out the projects as well. And of course, like I said, he has been a motivational speaker and someone who a lot of us looked up to when we were younger as well, seeing, wow, look how successful he is. Black man from our city. We can do it too. Please welcome Maestro Fresh West.
If her sacroiliac is beautiful, make some noise. How's everybody doing? How y'all feeling? Man, it's a blessing to be here. I was in the back just watching all the speakers. And listen, I'm born in Toronto, raised in Toronto. Scarborough, make some noise. Where's Scarborough at? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's a beautiful thing. The thing is something awesome happened to me a couple days ago. I just got nominated for a Juno Award for Best Rap Recording of the Year for my brand new album. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm excited about that because the very first one was 1990, and I didn't win, right? The second one, it was for my first album, Symphony in Effect, and that's when they implemented the first rap recording of the year, and that was in Vancouver. And this Juno Awards is in Vancouver again, and I got nominated again. So to me, I feel blessed because it's like, for some strange reason, when it comes to this genre of music, people put you in a little box, like, this is just a young boy thing, and that's it. You know what I mean? But when you look at rock artists, I've been fortunate enough to meet Leonard Cohen, rest in peace. I've been fortunate enough to meet Gord Downie, right? I've been fortunate enough to meet Neil Young, and there's nothing young about Neil Young, right? Right? Bryan Adams, Randy Bachman, Burton Cummings, And the thing is with these artists is like, they're revered within their genre of music. But for some mystical, miraculous reason, when it comes to hip hop, it's like, it's just for the young cats, and that's it. But when you look at it, hip hop now is the major force in music altogether, right? So if there's any stronghold that should be over, it should be hip hop, right or wrong. These young kids have been genetically modified and programmed not to listen to cats a little older. Understand what I'm saying? It's not a fluke, it's not a coincidence, right? But I gotta say, and a lot of people come to me for advice. They go, Wes, I wanna be a rap artist. I wanna be a singer. Do you have any advice for me? And I said, yeah, I got advice for you. They said, what's the advice? I said, it's very simple. Don't make records. They say, what, don't make records? I said, yeah, don't make records. Make history, all right? Because anybody can make a record, but by making history is when you do something and you say something that people remember you years and years and years later. Bob Dylan did not make records. He made history. Bob Marley did not make records. He made history. Understand what I'm saying? So we have an opportunity right now to make our own history, right? One thing I like to do with my son is like we check out this bookstore called A Different Book List, right? So he's only 9, but, to me, this is something that it's important to me. So I let him know about Rosa Parks. He can tell you a little something about integration, segregation, right? I let him know about, you don't know about this, but there's a new Spider-Man. There's a black Hispanic Spider-Man. He's mad cool. This dude is mad cool. His name is Miles Morales. He's real peace. He's he's real cool. You know what I'm saying? Spidey's doing some cool things too, right? Right? But something that meant a lot to me, I was at an event a while ago, a few years ago, and I saw this book that stood out to me. It was like a yellow, orangish book, and it said, Against All Odds. and the title was riveting to me. I said, you know what, let me pick this up, Against All Odds. It just sounds ill, right? I picked this up, and they didn't teach me this in school, but Toronto once had a black mayor by the name of William Peyton Hubbard, right? These are the things they don't teach us in school, you know what I'm saying? My son is doing a project right now in ancient Egypt, so we went to the Fairview Mall Library, research library. For some mystical, miraculous reason, the ancient Egypt section is not in the same section as ancient Africa, right? So I had to let him know from a young age, it's like, listen, there's certain reasons out there people don't want to let you know that you're a descendant of greatness. Understand what I'm saying? So we got to let these kids know from a young age that they're descendants of greatness. I named my son Chancellor Williams, right? And because one of the illest books I ever read in my life was The Destruction of Black Civilization by Dr. Chancellor Williams, right? And I kept that name in the back of my mind. So when my son came into the earth, I'm like, that's Chancellor Williams. You know what I'm saying? And it's important, this is real important that I bring him here to certain things so he could see me in different lights, because I'm not just the guy who takes your iPad away from you. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? I do different things as well, but listen, I came up and my love was hip hop. That was my foundation. I came up and people told me back in the days, Wes, you're dreaming. It'll never happen because you came out of Canada. Maybe something happened to me as a kid. Maybe I fell down, bucked my head a couple times, but I'm the type of person, if I believe I can make something happen, I'm do my best to make it happen. They said, you want to make it happen in Canada, it'll never happen. So I said, okay, I'll just drive down to New York City. Back in the days, we didn't have GPS. All we had was you know, we ended up in a place called Lake Placid, right? But listen, I came back, and like I said, you know, a lot of good things are happening. But like I said, everybody out here, we don't make records, we make history. And let's make our own history right now. Thank you. God bless.
Great, thank you. Okay, and Wes, it's the Pearlies. That's what you had. The map? It's Pearlies, right? All right, thank you so much again for everything that you have done as well. It's great to hear.